Hi everyone, this is Michael Gspurning and you're watching Rave Green TV.
Let's do some quick fire questions, break the ice. It's probably been a long time since a lot of people have seen the great Michael Gspurning on camera and to talking about the Sounders. So first and foremost, Michael, let's get these quick fire questions out of the way so everyone get to know you just a little bit better. First and foremost, Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Your favorite music artist?
John Lennon.
Mbappe or Haaland?
Mbappe.
Who's the best goalkeeper in the world right now in your opinion?
Courtois.
The best player you played with?
The best player I played with? Oh, very good question. Good question. I played at Schalke many players who are now at Bayern Munich. So Leroy Sané, Leon Goretzka, Choupo-Moting. So would call this.
The toughest opponent you've gone up against?
Bayern Munich away. If you play against Bayern, it's like visiting a dentist. Everybody has to go there, and it can hurt. So that's if you're down to nothing in after 10 minutes, then it's gonna be a long afternoon. So it's playing against Bayern.
Who was your footballing idol when you were growing up?
Obviously, goalkeepers. It was Peter Schmeichel at that moment, Van der Sar, Oliver Kahn later on. In this category, always goalkeepers, but not a special one. I was always picking out the best of each of one.
So now let's transition into talking about your time with Seattle. So you were the starting goalkeeper for 2 seasons from 2012 to 2013, and you're part of a category of only 3. There's only ever been 3 starting goalkeepers in Sounders history. I mean, it's Casey Keller, it's you, and then STEFAN FREI. And I think that's an elite category you can always tip your cap to and be like, I was a part of that organization. I was one of those 3 guys. And I mean, what was your time like playing for the Seattle Sounders? And you've played for many great teams in Austria, Germany, Greece. And for you, what separated the Sounders from all the teams you played for?
Obviously, it was a great honor for me to play for this organization, and I still have connections there. And the Sounders will always be part of my life, and Seattle will be part of my life. And I'm very happy that also my son is born in Issaquah, so he is originally also from there. So in this case, Seattle means something special to me and my family. And I had 2 wonderful seasons there, and made many friends with the goalkeeper coach Tommy Tutra. I'm still in contact. So for this reason, it was great. We also went through in the playoffs. So it was just a young organization at that moment, and I really enjoyed playing there in front of the fans. Most of the time was 50,000 and plus, and I will always remember the duels against Portland when we beat them. And this was something special, and of course it was something also for me to go to another country, not only to another country, also to go to another continent and to get to know a completely new lifestyle. And I'm still have a lot of myself, and the inside is what I've learned also in America from how you see things, always positive or always pushing. So this is something, an experience you will ever take with you, and I'm still connected to Seattle, and hopefully now I'm with the Austrian national team, and hopefully we'll make the World Cup, and then in 3 years I can come to the World Cup to America as a coach, and you never know, maybe at some point me and my wife and my family we decide to come back, but Seattle means a lot. It was for me completely new to come to a new league where soccer is not sport number 1 in the country. So in Europe, soccer is number 1, and it was something new that you learn also to look more to other sports, to have this exchange with other sports, and I really like this, and there's so many differences, but in the end, the nice thing or the beautiful thing about soccer is that it doesn't matter which continent, it doesn't matter which culture. In the end, it comes down to 11 versus 11, at least at the beginning of a game, and there's one ball and two goals and two goalkeepers, and you play and you have fun. So completely different at some point. Also how the league structure and everything, and the league controls everything, and the transfer market, how is it going, and the salary cap. So it's endless, the differences, but in the end it comes down that it's the same. It's a beautiful sport, and I was really happy to have the time there and the chance to play there.
Unfortunately, you weren't able to win any trophies in Seattle. Sounders didn't win any trophies during the 2 years that you were here, but you did participate in the US Open Cup final in 2012, and the Sounders had a long streak of winning that tournament 3 years in a row, hadn't lost a single match, but unfortunately that 2012 final that you were a part of was the Sounders' first ever loss in the competition, and in my opinion, was one of your best ever games in a Sounders shirt. I mean, you and Jimmy Nielsen were going back and forth with save after save after save throughout that game. Then came a late penalty for Kai Kamara and around the 80th minute, but then Zach Scott saves it. It goes to extra time, more saves, again more saves, and then it goes to a penalty shootout. And for me, I thought, okay, Michael's going to be clutch in this shootout. I think he's been on top of his game this whole night. This is going to be his time to shine. And right when the shootout starts, right from the get-go, you were already feeling yourself. You already make a save from the beginning. Looks like the Sounders are going to be on top. Unfortunately, then we miss some penalties. And then again, comes down to you to be that clutch guy. And you make the save, but I think in terrible fashion, the ref calls you for being off your line, and you were absolutely frustrated. I just remember this from the back of my head, how upset you were, because that's exactly how I felt when you made that save, because I was like, there's no way he was off his line. And then unfortunately, Eddie Johnson skies his penalty. We lose the game. For you, what was your perspective and what was going through your head during that match, and what was that cup final like? So just everything that went through all the emotions for you in that game.
Well, it all came down to the final, and it's what soccer is also about, how beautiful it can be and how ugly it can be. But you're absolutely right, and of course it's very frustrating if the referee is calling you back in this case, and at that moment there was no video assistant referee, so taking a look at this, and I think Jimmy was doing exactly the same. I was very frustrated, of course, because of this. But anyway, you have then to accept it. You even if it hurts and you don't win the trophy, you have to respect the winner, and sport goes on, and you learn from that in your life. Not everything is going up; it's also the downs, and then the victories you even can enjoy more. But for me, it was important that I also had a good game, and I you can say, okay, it's unlucky, but in the end, if you are in the final, you want to win it. We didn't, so we take the blame, or I take the blame, no worries. But yeah, it was very frustrating, because saving a penalty, you can be the great hero, and then somebody is taking it away from you. It's very tough.
You talked about how there was, sometimes you have to learn from those moments, and in that season, in 2012 as well, there was a high moment for you guys where you were part of the team that won the Seattle Sounders' first ever playoff match against Real Salt Lake. And actually, I feel like there were similarities between that US Open Cup final to the two-legged affair with Real Salt Lake, where yet again, you were making a lot of clutch saves, but you're going up against another historic MLS goalkeeper in Nick Raimondo, and he couldn't also stop making saves. What was that tie like, to be a part of a team where it was just save after save from both goalkeepers? You guys had to be and you knew it was just one goal, and then the goal goes in from Mario Martinez at Rio Tinto Stadium, and you guys go through. What was that like, to at least be a part of a moment of history for this club?
In the end, it's when you have these duels, and it comes down also to a goalkeeper versus a goalkeeper, and you win in this case, when you know, hey, both keepers are on the top level in this case, and yeah, then it, of course, it's something very satisfying because that's you're working for. But it's also about the team versus the team, and I felt very much how important this is for the Sounders because of the play of Monkey, what was before. But to be honest, I was coming there. For me, there was no play of Monkey, so I didn't feel the loss of the years before. But of course, we were very happy about this win. But then it was also a little bit unlucky that when I remember right, that we 2 days later we had also to play quickly in LA, and we come down from one snowstorm a storm to 20 degrees, and we were, yeah, maybe the team was still in this real Salt Lake game, and on the high, and LA crushed us in the first half. So and the next round was over. So you see, also in this moment, you have to make the win, but then check and keep going. And the same is with the loss, like in the US Open Cup final, but also with a win, check and keep going. And it's now also with Union Berlin now here, especially this year. But we will be the third time in a row in 4th-year Bundesliga. We will play Europe next year. That's absolutely amazing. But the first target was staying in the league. Okay, but then comes the next play. Maybe we can make Conference League. Okay, we achieved this. Now maybe we can come Europa League, and it's always going next. In the same in group stage. You want to reach next level, and then next level, and in competitions like this, in the end, there's only one winner. So at some point, it doesn't matter how brilliant your season is. Just the winner in the end really takes it all. But it's football that we're playing, and we have to get along with losses. It's always about standing one time more up than falling down.
Did you ever have, this totally side note, did you ever, for you personally, did you ever have like a favorite moment with the Sounders, or a favorite game, or just something where it just really stuck out to you when you played?
The real Salt Lake game was definitely one. Also the cup final, one special moment. I cannot say, but also it was also around the game to come into the stadium at the home field, come and hear the American national anthem. This was also a special feeling, and especially then when my son was born, because he's also American, he's Austrian American. So in this case, it had a special meaning for me as well. I really enjoyed playing for the Sounders because it was something special for me also to come after a hero like Casey Keller. I knew I have to bring something of my personality in. I have to perform. And many times I used the Austrian connection to Schwarzenegger and made jokes of it to bring up my personality. I think the people really liked it, and I had 2 great seasons there. I was successful also personally, but also with the team, even if we are not able to win a trophy. But I think these years were also important to win the trophy afterwards. And I many times spoke with my countryman Andreas Ivanschitz, who then came to the Sounders, and he was winning it. And we discussed many times. And I think also the Sounders 2012, 2013, with beating the play of Monkey, were one step for this franchise. And I'm very proud to be part of this franchise. And also, yeah, as I said, I was having 2 great seasons there. Was 2 times among the 3 best goalkeepers, and was happy to be part of it. And that's part of my life. Seattle will stay in my heart always. Yeah. Eternal blue, forever green, as it's called.
So, and you kind of spoke about it with STEFAN FREI. So in 2014, he's the one who took the mantle over for you as the starting goalkeeper after you departed in 2013. And Frei's now been here, which is crazy. And I think it also just shows how good of a goalkeeper you were, that he's been the only goalkeeper since you have left for now almost over a decade now. But the thing is, though, time starts ticking. Everyone gets a little bit older, and now He's 37 years old. In your opinion, I mean, Frei's now at an age where at some point you might have to think about when will it be time to hang up the boots. And we're not speaking on his behalf, but there has been conversation within Sounders fans. Is it time for Stefan Cleveland, who's the backup goalkeeper, to take that mantle, or do you think the Sounders should look elsewhere to a new starting goalkeeper to replace Stefan Frei? Because, you know, and I think in a lot of people's opinions for the past year, kind of the success he has had, it's dropped off a little bit from previous years. In your eyes, how do you think this should be handled, how things should go for the Sounders in the goalkeeping department?
Of course, many times when there is a player for many years there, at some point people think, yeah, we need something new, and they don't see really the value. Maybe that's one point. That's in general. That's not about the situation with Stefan, but I'm 100% that Tommy and also the coaching staff and whoever is involved in this situation will take and analyze, will take a clear communication also with Stefan and the other guys, as I know how it is, and they will analyze the situation and they will find the best solution. And Tom Dutra also proved with bringing in Stefan, and at that point I'm not sure if so many guys really were thinking that Stefan Frei is able what he has done. So, and this is a big credit also to Tommy to have the vision that this can be our new number one. After the crazy Austrian guy, we need this guy. It's always when a number one is working and you have to replace a number one who is working, it's always a big risk, and it's not easy to find the right person. But Seattle and did it, and very well. And for this case, also now they will take the look on the facts. They will take a look at the stats. They will watch the video. They will say, okay, how much is giving Stefan actually to us? So, and do we have the necessity to make something new? It's all about this one. Is it really necessary to change a keeper? And there is a no. Then keep going. For how long? Okay, you never know. There can be injury. There can be a poor performance over weeks. So you don't know this. But it's always the question: is it necessary? If you then say yes, okay, then who we can bring in is our number two. Is he good enough? Do we trust him? And that's most important. It's also if you decide this way, then give this guy also credit, and also. If you say, no, we need a new keeper, then also bring a new keeper in, make the analysis. Does it fit? Does it fit from the personal style? Does it fit as a character? Does it fit on the pitch? Okay. And you don't have to guarantee that it's work. You don't have to guarantee, but in the end, make a decision, bring him in, or go with the number one now, and then give credit. In the end, if you work on things, if you give confidence, if you have good communication, then it can work out well.
So I want to ask you is, you've spoken a lot about how you're still in contact with Tommy Dutra, and you seem fairly involved still with the Sounders, not organization, but you keep one eye a little bit to Seattle. Have you ever thought about maybe coming back as one of the goalkeeping coaches to be a part of the organization? Has that ever been a thought that's crossed your mind?
At the moment, I'm very happy in Berlin. Yeah, I'm very happy in Berlin. I re-signed a new 3-year contract, and now I have the additional task since 1 month and the honor to represent my home country, Austria, as a goalkeeper coach. And I'm working with Ralf Rangnick, who is a huge possibility for me to work with, and I'm get to used to it, and I'm very integrated in this new coaching stuff as well, and I really like it. So I'm have this actually, and both fulfills me really, and with the target next year Euro in Germany, so in the country I'm working, and the World Cup in America, where I lived 2 years, so this is a very personal relationship, and I have big targets here. But if you know my history, if you know my family and everything, I'm a guy who likes to open his horizon, and we had great 2 years in Seattle, and maybe coming back to the MLS or to America or something like this, or a completely new country, or going Asia or whatever. It is in my mind. Also making a change maybe to Serie A, to Premier League or whatever, but not right now. But maybe in the future. But you cannot plan it. If it comes, then you can do it. So most of the time, things in your life happen, and if you have the chance, then grab it. So it was with the national team. It was not planned, but it fits now in perfectly to me. And the same was with the opportunity to play for the Sounders. The same was with coming to Germany, and for this reason, I'm very confident that I will coming around in my life, and to meet new people, to meet new cultures, to have great experience. And this is, I think, what you can really do in your life to fulfill your life. And don't take it then too serious if it not the plans work out like you think.